What's up guys, it's Val from IMY Motors. Welcome back to another video for the Scottish Car Dealer Diaries. And today I'm going to take you behind the scenes and what it's actually like to get cars from auction. What kind of condition they arrive in, how much you pay for them, what you need to do to get them up to standard to sell them on, and more importantly, what kind of profit we would expect to get from a car like this, because at the end of the day, we're a business, we're here to make money, but at the same time we want to make sure that we are selling good cars that are mechanically prepared, there's no issues. So we'll have a chat about what it's actually like and why I decided to buy this car in the first place. So without further ado, let's have a look at this 2018 Vauxhall Corsa. So it's a 67 plate, but it's a January 2018 car, and it's a Vauxhall Corsa Energy finished in lava red, which was, if I remember right, the standard colour for this age of car. It then did change to a darker blue for later models. But initial impressions, bodywork's relatively okay. The alloys starting to show a wee bit of bubbling, starting to show the age, but nothing too bad. This alloys are pretty good. Nothing really to report this side, the near side. Bodywork wise, come around to the back, you can see here missing antenna. I mean, auction cars are terrible for that, from my experience. Come around the back. The boots on these are pretty good, and it still has a parcel shelf as well, which, to be fair, I'll let this car off because sometimes you get, well, not sometimes, most of the time you don't see a parcel shelf on this age of car, this price point. Now, come around this side, this is kind of where the paintwork does get a little bit funky. Alloy's actually fine. And again, Aberdeen Fair with seagull droppings, but don't know if it's coming across on screen. A bit of a matte pinkish finish, which these red Vauxhalls are terrible for. It used to be a lot worse, I'll give them that, but yeah, quite bad on here. And then alloy in here, relatively okay. Moving on to inside the car, the condition is actually really good, especially when you consider this car's done 97,000 miles. But more importantly is the spec on this. Pretty much the main reason why I decided to go for this particular Corsa. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, touchscreen IntelliLink system for your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and also heated front screen with, you can see the film that's just coming up on there. So in winter, you don't need to bother with a de-icer or a scraper. Press a button and it's fully de-iced. 7,000 miles, this is on the higher side for us. Usually we like to stick between sort of 50 and 80,000 miles, but it is newer. Now, most of the cars we do stock are from sort of 2012 up to 2015, 2016, but this being a 2018 and having that spec that we just covered off, I think made me go for it as well. There's a couple of other things as well. Service history. It had some service history, but not all. Get onto that in a wee second. But also, it's got a fresh MOT as well. Now, bit of a laugh there. If you've seen my previous video on the Corsa VXR, kind of made the same mistake as well by getting a car with a fresh MOT from auction, and it had a head gasket issue. So I kind of took another punt and got a car that's just been MOT'd from just before being sent to auction as well. However, this was a trade-in into a dealer group that used Central Car Auctions, and with the high miles, it kind of made sense why it was sent to auction. So it kind of made sense history-wise for me. But yeah, I wish it was that easy. Buy a car from auction, it arrives, you put it up on Auto Trader or wherever, you sell it, make the profit. It's never that easy, and there were some issues with the car, which we'll get onto in a second. So starting the car up now, the car's absolutely fine. No warning lights on the dash, runs and idles really well, especially when you take into account it's a 97,000 mile car. However, that was not the case when it arrived. When it arrived, it had a service bag light on, and it did run a little bit rough. The service bag light did set off a few alarm bells in my head because, like I said, the car's just been MOT'd, and that's an MOT fail. So yeah, that light can mean literally anything. So yeah, plug-in and diagnostics was the first thing we did, and this is what we found out. So plugging in the scanner, it said that the impact sensor was short to ground, and that was kind of okay, but there was a couple of different things that it could be with that warning light. It could be either the airbag module is gone, it could be that the sensor is dirty, or maybe it needs a new sensor. So that was the first thing that we looked at, was maybe just disconnect the sensor, plug it back in, see if it would fix it. Unfortunately, that was not the case. And the next thing was to try the sensor. Now, thankfully, the sensor is actually really, really cheap. I actually tried to get them locally from Eurocar Parts and a couple other parts providers around, but for some reason, none of them had them. The only place I could find it was actually eBay, and it was only, I think, like £10 or £11. So very, very cheap. And it arrived, and thankfully, that fixed that issue completely. It was a cheap fix, but like I said, the car did also run a little bit rough. So we ended up draining the oil, doing a full oil change, changing all the filters, giving the car a good run, and now it, like I've already seen, car starts up fine, idles fine, drives really, really well. But I don't want to give you guys a false impression that all the auction cars are like this. I mean, I took this one as an example because I guess I'm just trying to show you that it can be a really, really cheap fix sometimes. Maybe I'm trying to channel my inner Matt Armstrong and trying to show you that you can fix the car with a small little fix, which on the surface may seem quite big. But with auction cars, it is, like I've already said in my previous videos, and there's plenty of other videos out there, that it is a gamble. There's probably a reason why someone traded that car in. Maybe it's because it's coming up to 100,000 miles, or maybe there is something untoward. I'm not saying there's something untoward with that car, but like with any car at auction, like that Corsa X I had before, I mean, to give you an idea, this Fiat Panda, we are having a bit of bother with that Fiat Panda because it's starting up fine, but then it idles on 3 cylinders and it's a 4-cylinder car. We've changed spark plugs, we've changed fuel injectors, and now it's looking, we need to do a compression test on the cylinders. So yeah, and when you're trying to run a business and make money, it's obviously important to keep track of your costs. So like I said, I'm going to show you an example of what we potentially could make with this car. So how much did we actually buy this car for? So like I said, I got it from auction. So when you buy from auction, you've got your actual price, the hammer price, you've got your auction fee, and also because we get cars delivered, there's a delivery fee as well. So bearing all those costs in mind, we paid £2,387 to get that car here. Now that's just physically for the car, how much it owes us with the car, the auction fee and the transport. Obviously, we paid for the mechanic to come out, diagnose the problem, do the service on the car, which to pay for also the filters and the oil, and also for that sensor as well. Even though it was a tenner, still costs add up. So that was best part of £200. So let's say that that car now owes us £2,600. Obviously, we're a business; we're here to sell cars and make money. So how much can we sell that car for? So Motors platform, as you can see here, says we can sell that car, so the retail price of the car is £4,207. Auto Trader's a bit more conservative. I think they just got it just over £4,000. So we've listed it at £3,995 on our website and on Auto Trader and on Motors, just to get a wee bit of interest, because you can see here, it takes apparently 24 days to sell for that car, and we need to get cars moving. So if a car's sitting here, it's not making us money, that's tied up in stock. And again, I spoke about this before, but we've got small premises at the moment, so I need to get those cars moving. So we'd like to price our car under the market. It's now a few days later, had a change of clothes, and yeah, the car is now fully ready. So we've got the guys next door to give it a full valet. It's nice and polished up. And you might have noticed that I haven't really touched upon any of the cosmetic side of things with this car. And to be fair, any of the cars at IMY Motors, we don't really look at other than touching up a little bit or doing a full valet. The main reason for that is there's just not enough money at this price point. I mean, you've seen the money that we have in this car. We have to make sure the car is fully mechanically and electrically sound and good to go. This car, obviously, we were lucky. It only needed essentially a service and an airbag sensor. But if it needed something more, of course, we would have done it. But cosmetics, we've covered off that this is a 97,000 mile car, and yeah, that's a policy. Do all mechanical and electrical prep, but cosmetics essentially as they come. What you see is what you get. It does mean that we are slightly picky on what we buy. We try and buy cars that are pretty good for the age and mileage. Anyway, guys, that's my particular example of an auction car with this Corsa Energy. Like I've already said, not all of them work out as well. You win some, you lose some. We try and work to about £1,000 profit for the cars that we sell here at IMY, which pays the overheads. Again, if you're interested in how much it takes to run this place. I've done a video speaking about the financials, so link that in the comments, in the description down below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe. I'm trying to do weekly content, so if you're interested in the IMY journey, join along. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.